Hey guys, Ash Lane here. Today I'm coming at you recapping a very fun event I was just able to take place in Beer Goggles. It's called Balloons, Bacon, and Beer. So I was able to visit, graciously hosted by BuckEyeGuy over in Beer Goggles with my Ash Jr. account. Let me tell you a little bit about this event. So in honor of the American holiday Independence Day, 4th of July, we put some self-imposed limitations to this clan war. So what we did was we made ourselves have to use either hogs or balloons for the bacon and balloon celebratory nature, and the beer is obviously the beer goggles. So we all used one attack of hogs and one attack of balloons. You can see we lost by 4 stars, 115 to 119. That sucked, but unfortunately it's really tough to hog Town Hall 10 bases. I wouldn't normally advocate using GoHo against them, but I will be bringing you some replays on if you're gonna do it, how to do it, and then I'm also going to bring you some great highlight attacks for all you Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 8 viewers out there. I know it's much requested attacks using mid to low level heroes, so I do have a few of those to share. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer episode, so sit down, relax, and enjoy while we go ahead and take a look at some of these attacks from this fun event. So this first one's going to be by Major Havoc. Major Havoc's going to use a GoHo type army, GoHoWiWi, and he's going to come in from the north into both of those Inferno Towers, so that would be pretty dangerous to do so, especially using Hogs going against 2 multi-Inferno Towers, but he has the 2 freeze spells. But watch what's going to happen here. He actually misses the Inferno Towers with the freeze spells and still pulls off the victory. That is really, really rare. It's actually really awesome job, shows how he's able to recover from this and actually pull it off. So things do not look good at this point in the attack. 27%, 29%, and it looks like this clan castle is really giving him problems, but he did bring that one rage spell there and was able to use it to his advantage with all those witches that he brought. So the witches actually do very well at taking out most of the clan castle, or at least keeping them busy, as the heroes are able to do some damage in the center there and take down the town hall with those witches and wizards. So a lot of the heavy lifting here was actually done by the golems and the ground forces before the hogs were deployed. So at this point it's 43%. Town hall's already down, so it's just going to be a matter of some very crafty sniping here by Major Havoc. So you can see 46%, 47%, now things are looking up. You can see he's going to start sniping with some minions up north and go ahead and drop a couple down the south on that Dark Elixir storage there. There we go. And one thing I did want to mention about this attack here is if you're going to use GoHo at a Town Hall 10 level, one really smart thing that Major Havoc did do here is that he deployed the hogs behind where the first phase of the attack was going. I'd advocate doing that versus deploying them on the opposite side of the base like you sometimes do at Town Hall 9 or Town Hall 8. Just too much of a heavy defensive concentration at Town Hall 10s, or higher defensive units, I should say. That you're just not really able to do that. So this is my attack with Ash Jr. using LavaLoonion against this base. It will be interesting to see how you hit these type of bases after the second air sweeper is added to the game next week. But luckily for me, I don't have to deal with that right now. The update has not hit us, so it's only one air sweeper facing towards the east. Normally I would like to go in towards the single target Inferno, but unfortunately the air sweeper was preventing me from doing that, so I'm going to have to go right into the multi and the queen. And it'll be a pretty early trigger on that clan castle too, so it's going to be a lot of stuff going on. I had to be really ready on all my spells to have perfect timing to pull this one off. So you can see here, I'm going to make the triangle of rages, going to be 2 right off the bat, and the third one falling right where that freeze spell fell. So I'm hoping to distract that multi-Inferno tower just long enough to get the balloons there, and it worked pretty much exactly how I wanted it to there. But one thing I wasn't really anticipating is to be this low on percentage. I had faith that some minions or some pups would take down that town hall, not having to deal with a multi-target Inferno tower, and they do just that, but it's 37%, and I'm not able to get anything else percentage-wise from those balloons and those minions. So now it's just going to be a lot of sniping, and going to let my heroes do the heavy lifting for the percentage. So I'm at 40% here, just going to drop a couple wall breakers, get the king in there, not used to level 20 heroes, used to the level 40 big big guys, but it was no big deal here. One balloon in the clan castle, not enough to distract me, or distract my heroes, I should say, and I end up with 57%, 2-star attack. I'll take it. My Go-Ho was not quite as impressive. It was a 1-star attack, unfortunately. Like I said, really hard to go versus a couple multi-target Inferno towers. But let's go ahead to the next attack on the board here. Now we're going to go down to the Town Hall 9 attacks. A lot of great 3-star attacks. You can see J-Lug, co-leader at Beer Goggles, did a great job helping to coordinate this event. Level 11, level 10 heroes. So that is important to note. Like I said before, all these attacks are going to be featuring lower level heroes. It's a much requested item. I hope you guys enjoy these attacks using the lower level or mid-level heroes. So here we go. Lure is in effect right now. He drops the queen first, so as soon as that queen's targeted, he's going to go ahead and drop the king with the rage, distract them. I'm not sure if he missed the cloak or if she just went down so fast. I wasn't able to catch that, and I watched it a couple times now, but either way, he didn't end up needing the queen. The king is still alive, but just barely hanging on. He deploys the Lava Hounds 2 at 2 different air defenses, and he's sitting on the 4 rage spells for this raid. 4 rage spells still seems to be the way to go with these LavaLoon attacks without the minions. You basically just sweep that base with these rage spells, and you try to do it so all the balloons are covered in the rage pretty much the entire, first 2/3 of their trajectory throughout the base. You can see here he has a few balloons catching up right now, but there's not much left on the board. The air sweeper and a couple archer towers are all that's left here for J-Lug, and you can see he's going to be able to pull off this 3-star attack masterfully. Very nice job. There's a ton of balloons and puppies left. I guess the balloons left were to help us enjoy this great event with the balloons and the bacon and the beer. It was good times here, and J-Lug pulled off a very nice attack. Now let's look at Black Panther's attack. Note the hero levels once again. Level 10 Barbarian King, level 2 Queen, so very low levels here. You can tell he must have just came to Town Hall 9, as he does have the max King for Town Hall 8. So very nice lure. One thing to note on this lure is that he used a giant. If you have a clan castle in a base that is not centralized and you're able to lure it without having to hop over walls or fly over with a balloon, always smart to use giants to lure that clan castle. It's just a small thing, but it's much smarter than using hogs or balloons because they have more hit points and you don't have to use as many to successfully pull off the lure. So now you can see once again 2 lava hounds heading to both 2 different air defenses. This is pretty much the status quo in these raids, and it's a very successful way to pull off a 3-star attack, staggering in a couple balloons coming in due east and a couple balloons coming in due west, and then the balloons are just going to soak up all that rage spell, and they're just going to make their way sweeping throughout the base. Now one thing that's not accounted for here is the Archer Queen, and she's just not accounted on any of these LavaLoon raids. You're hoping that the puppies will be the lava pups there will be able to take her out, either that or some of the splash damage. You do see some attackers end up on these LavaLoon raids dropping their heroes at the end of the raid rather than the beginning. So that's another option if you want to. And I've also seen this attack many times not using a lure at all, but these guys did use the lure, and you can't argue with the results. Now it's time for Rigoletto. A lot of you know him from the Buy Forever Clan, Buy Forever podcast. He was also part of the 50/50 event, and he's here taking place in this beer, bacon, and balloons event with us. Look at that expo, almost down. You can't even see any health on it. It's pretty crazy there. I might have been tempted to send one more hog in there and get one whack at it, but either way, he didn't need it. He pulled off a nice 3-star GoHoWiWi again here, and let's see how he does it. After luring out the clan castle troops, he does the very popular strategy of just letting the golem down, because wizards, as you all know, can't hit moving targets, or at least their miss rate goes through the roof. So if you see the wizards in the clan castle, sometimes you just drop that golem down, and they won't actually take too much heavy fire. They'll take a lot more fire if it was, say, all archers in the clan castle, or if it were wizards summoning skeletons. So in this case, it actually works out fine. Level 10, level 13 heroes, very modest levels. It can be done. Great 3-star attack here. taking out the queen. Why did he go in from the south? Well, obviously to go into the archer queen. That's going to be your goal in any of the first phases of these attacks. Want to make sure you get the queen down. Now, watch these hogs sweep through this base. Rigoletto does a great job here. Little tiny lag there. There we go. Does a great job of getting those heroes, getting the flow to match up, so he's able to really maximize the usage of these heal spells, even throughout these giant bombs, which can really devastate a hog raid. An inexperienced attacker might have let the hogs die during these portions of the raid where they're eating up 2 or 3 giant bombs at a time. But not with Rigoletto. He has some of his army sniping off to the side. He's able to perfectly encompass those heal spells to get all those hogs healed. The hogs are even going to be able to soak up a little bit of that old spell in just a second here on that while they target that mortar, and then it disappears. But he doesn't need it. He has plenty of hogs left, and all the giant bombs are off the board. So he's going to take down that last archer tower. Then it's just going to be a matter of time before the rest of the crew does all the cleanup there. Very nice attack. Archer queen still standing with quite a few little wizards and archers in the middle, a couple minions and some hogs. Plenty of forces left to pull off a 3-star attack. Very nice job by Rigoletto. Now we're going to have Rain from Beer Goggles. Rain is going to pull off another great 3-star Town Hall 9 GoHoWiWi attack. And Rain, just like I said two replays ago, is he's going to use the giants to lure out the clan castle that's not centralized. Very smart move here. And you can see he staggered those giants in. He was able to deploy one of the giant bombs too, which is always a good thing when you're using a GoHo army. Always got to be careful with giant bombs with the hogs. So you can see here, once again, very nice execution of the clan castle troops. He lost barely any troops himself during this whole lure, and that's exactly what you want to see. It's exactly what you're looking for. You can see he dropped that golem because he didn't want the balloons to go ahead and take out his witches. Another very smart move here on Rain's part. Now the golem's going to go soak up some of that damage, the defensive attention there, and in just a sec here, the hogs are going to start sweeping the base. He makes sure he waits on the hero deployment for the wall to be open and for all the surrounding units to be taken care of. Such another smart move. I mean, Rain is obviously a very good attacker here because he knows not to make any of the mistakes that you see happen so often. There's just so many little things you have to keep an eye on. Want to make sure the Barbarian King doesn't go off course. Want to make sure you deploy your troops from the right space, the right time. Make sure you nail all your placement of the heal spells. Make sure you know the flow of the base. Know where the hogs are going to head. That way you can be there with the heal spells. It really only takes a second to kind of draw the trajectory of where your hogs are going to go before you go into a base, just with scouting. And you can see Rain must have done just that because he's able to perfectly predict where to drop his heal spells before the hogs get there. Just a second before the hogs get there. That way he's not wasting the spell, but at the same time he's maximizing that whole time that they're going to be in the heal. So he's planning ahead. Very nice attack here by Rain. You can see 30 seconds. He still has a minute left on the clock almost. Plenty of time here for the hogs to sweep the base going in from the south. He held back a wizard to help clear the far side of the base, and a couple more snipe team up in the top, and it's a 3-star attack here by Rain. Very nice job. And I'm going to bring you one Town Hall 8 replay by DeepFriedOprah 2, his baby account, and once again with a giant luring out that clan castle. One giant here is able to take that whole clan castle out. Now that is efficient. And you can see here he's going to come in from the east. Now, the reason I'm bringing you this replay, because there's a lot of great Town Hall 8 attacks. I don't have time to bring them all in this episode. It's already long. But I'm bringing this one because I think I shared a base very similar to this on my favorite Town Hall 8 defensive bases. So this would actually be a good troop usage to go ahead and take that down for 3 stars. You can see here he's bringing in the baby golem, and he has the king deployed along with a P.E.K.K.A. Interesting choice. I might try that out myself on my baby account sometime, bringing the P.E.K.K.A. in. He has a level 6 barbarian king, so not even far to not very low level, I should say, not even close to max for Town Hall 8. So another example. You can see what a good usage of those balloons there, taking out that mortar and archer tower and cannon in the north, the north east-hand corner of the base. Then you can see the Hogs were deployed from the northwest side of the base. They're going to come and clear out a lot of the defensive units there, soaking up those heal spells. Very efficient on his heal usage here again. You can see if you want to rewind any of these replays, guys, you'll see that all these heal spells are placed with a lot of, look at the P.E.K.K.A over there. The P.E.K.K.A just going to town. A lot of precision, though, as I was saying, the heal spells. Really well planned, really well thought out, and the P.E.K.K.A is doing a good job. He's clearing, you know, P.E.K.K.As take a trip around bases. That's what they're known to do. That's kind of their MO there. But the P.E.K.K.A's kind of come back in. He decided not to go for the barracks. He wanted to go join the Barbarian King in the middle there. The rest of the attack is going to be very simple here, as he has a ton of Hogs left on the board. A big cluster of them over there. Will speed things up as he takes down that town hall, then soaks up the rest of the percentage, and there it is, another 3-star attack. Very nice attack. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the recap of this war. Boy, it was such a good time, guys. Thanks for hosting. It's fun to do these funny types of attacks, these different types of attacks than you normally might. And hey, guys, take care, share with your clanmates, and I will see you tomorrow.